Recording is on. I'm so pleased you all are here. Welcome to the first week of Mindful Mountains Introduction to Meditation course. This is a 12-week class structured very much like a school. There's going to be new information every week. It will be helpful if you can attend at least 8 of the 12 weeks. And communication by email is the best way to stay in touch. So everyone get seated comfortably. Have a blanket handy if you'd like. Also, you'll need something to write with. There was one thing you'll need to write down, and you may also want to jot down notes. Or if you think of questions as we go along, jot those down, and then we'll make some time near the end to address questions. There's sort of a lot of information in this first class, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to some slides. There we are. Introduction to Meditation with Mindful Mountain, week 1 of 12-week course. That necklace is my personal necklace given to me by my mother, and the emblem is what you will also see on my YouTube channel. And the emblem was designed by Audley Allison. I teach 2 basic things. First of all, I teach a simple meditation, and I share mindfulness exercises. This is the 7 weeks that has been happening open meditations weekly. Free to come and go, attend one. If you miss the next one, you're not really missing anything. It's sort of basic and repetitive to build a meditation habit. And so it's called open because it's there's no basic requirements to attend. This course, our introduction course, is more like a class in a school. This will be specific techniques of meditation. I was taught in the Kriya and Lamplighting traditions of meditation. So this is basically first grade or the first semester of Kriya courses. And so the introduction course runs 12 weeks. Just as introduction and then ACOM and then Kriya and then fourth, you do them in order. Similarly, each week within the introduction course is going to build on the last. So there will be new information presented, new techniques added. So it really will be of benefit to maintain attendance as much as you can. So those are different. Simple meditation, I would drop in, to share at a yoga class or to share at a church retreat or to share with a classroom. Simple meditation. So this introduction course, this is the introduction to the specific techniques in the Kriya and Lamplighting traditions. Why do I teach? Well, teaching this way by video format has been about a year knocking around in my head going, I should really do that. Gosh, I'd like to do that. I should really do that. So the past 7 weeks were the fruition of, especially during COVID time, of just, there's no reason not to. So we'll do that. So here we are. I was born into this work. My mother, Kathy Arnold, and my uncle, Jerry Denzo, were both students at a school called the Lotus Center in Oklahoma City back in the early 80s. late 70s, early 80s. Mountain Institute was Jerry's school that he founded after Audley passed away. So Audley Allison was their teacher and my teacher as an infant. He was my baptizer. And in this tradition, this school of meditation, a baptism is called a lamplighting. So Audley Allison lit my light. I am a lamplighter. And Audley Allison combined two different lineages, two different schools of thought to create the Lotus Center and the offerings he taught. Kriya, cleanse and clear the energetic body. Lamplighting, open the crown chakra for full self-realization. So I was baptized. I would go as an infant with my mother. I would be in the daycare at the Lotus Center while they were doing classes. So grew up in the Lotus Center. Formally began meditating at age 10, my choice to start practicing, and started teaching beginning meditation when I was 14, which was many years ago. My mother and my uncle were co-spiritual directors of Mountain Institute. That was up in Taos and Red River. And when she passed, she named me her successor. And I carried that on for about 2 years and resigned for personal reasons, to the effect that I was unprepared and sort of, it was not the right time for me to take on that kind of responsibility. So I stepped away and I studied psychology and I raised my kids and have a stable, wonderful home and partner, and now is the time. Jerry Denzo, my uncle and my teacher, would say never forsake the lineage. So that's why you're getting the history. And there's a couple pictures coming up of the guru guys, I like to say. Of he learned from him and he learned from him and he learned from him. This is where my passion lies. I am happy to be here. This is the lamplighting lineage. This comes from the Radha Swami and Sikh traditions from India, eons ago. In this school, the lighting of the lamp or the baptism of fire happens at the 4th class, the 4th initiation. Lighting of the lamp. This is a personal, hands-on quickening of consciousness. So a teacher will be in the room with you, standing behind you. Their hands are on their head. I am lighting your light. This is a hands-on thing in person. The etheric skull cap is removed and crown chakra activated and enlightened. This initiation brings a student fully into oneness with their true divine nature, allowing the light of life force to flow unimpeded, enlightening their entire being. When we talk about etheric, energy, chakras, auras, we're talking about the subtle body, which we will talk more about as this class progresses. But it's the part of ourselves that we don't see with our physical eyes, but is very much a part of our body. So Jerry and Kathy are there in the middle. Audley is to the lower right. He was their lamplighter. He was also my lamplighter as he baptized me as an infant. His teacher was Bhagat Singh Thind on the opposite side on the lower left. His teacher was Sawan Singh, Jamal Singh, Swamiji Maharaj. Those were the teachers back and back. The Sikh lineage is ancient. Thousands of years they have traced their gurus back. Guru means teacher. So lamplighting tradition combined with Kriya tradition. Kriya is somewhat more known in the West because of Paramahansa Yogananda. He brought Kriya to the West in 1929, I believe. So this is the Kriya lineage. Roy Eugene Davis was a student of Yogananda's and oddly received the Kriya initiation directly from Roy Eugene Davis. So direct line in the Lamplighting lineage and direct line in the Kriya lineage. Kriya means action, cleansing, fire. This is a specific technique involving a powerful breath to move energy along your spinal system. It is energizing, it is vitalizing, cleansing. It ultimately serves to increase the pace of a student's spiritual evolution. Oddly incorporated Kriya to prepare students' energetic bodies in preparation for the fourth initiation. We're working with energy. You will be forever changed. The frequency of your etheric vibration will be fine-tuned and enhanced by practicing Kriya. Famous book, Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. That's a photo of Babaji, who is considered to be the father of Kriya, who introduced Kriya to the world back in India, way back. The spiritual diary is written by Yogananda. Four basics for success. This is useful tools to facilitate a relaxation practice. Primarily, one needs quiet. When you're a master yogi, you can meditate in the middle of downtown traffic, no problem. But to develop that skill, quiet is helpful. Reduce the outside distractions, silence your electronics, or put them away from you. Dim your lights, make it cozy. Have a blanket, light a candle, have some incense. Sit comfortably upright. In this school of meditation techniques, we meditate sitting up and not lying down. Lying down puts you in a sleep mode. Your brain thinks it's time to sleep. And we want to maintain awareness while we meditate. But be comfortable. This isn't a strict Zen school where we're sitting on boards with a ruler up our back, and we want to be comfortable. If your leg is falling asleep, you're not going to easily meditate. So make sure you're comfy and feel free to shift and move and get comfortable. Focusing the mind, the biggest challenge of doing nothing. Use a mantra or keyword to occupy the mind and reduce your attention wandering. And we'll talk about mantra. And your attitude makes a lot of difference. If you're convinced that your mind is just going to be monkey mind busy, then it will be. If you allow yourself to relax, then your mind will relax with more ease. A passive attitude, just see what happens. There's nothing to fight with yourself about in meditation. The first slide of what I teach, simple meditation, that is an aspect of all meditation techniques. We practice technique and then we meditate. So all the techniques we're going to learn are not actually meditating. They are preparing you to meditate. They are tools of energetic cleansing. They are tools of mental focus. They are tools to help you learn to recognize what the energy feels like. Learn to tune into your subtle body that you can't see with your eyes. You will learn to feel. And so that's what the techniques are designed for. Once you've practiced technique, then you move into meditating, which is centering in stillness. It's the doing of not doing. And that is the simple meditation. We sit comfortably, close our thumb and forefinger. You see a lot of pictures of yogis meditating with palms up. We put our palms down. While we're meditating and bringing energy into our body, it's nice it will help you learn to feel it if you are building it within your body. You keep it in your body. If your palms are up, it will flow into you and right out of your hands. So you're just sort of flowing it through, but we would like to keep it and build it. So that's why our palms are down. Deep breaths, eyes closed. Simple meditation involves focusing at a point. In this school, that's the top of the head. And using a mantra, using tools to focus your mind. We coordinate our mantra with our breath to make it a more powerful tool. And when you practice daily, when it becomes habit, when you feel like you want to start meditating, then your body will respond. Your breathing will slow, your heart rate will slow, your shoulders will drop, your jaw will release, and your mind will settle. So some ways to focus. A mantra, a repeated sound, word, or phrase is used to center and focus the mind. You can speak it aloud, or you can just mentally repeat it silently. When you're meditating especially, but also in daily activity, mantra is great for driving and chores. Mantra will help organize and clarify your thinking, reduce distracting thoughts, facilitate focus, and mindfulness-centered awareness. So mantra practice is useful in life, not just meditating, but in daily, especially repetitive habits. A mala is a beaded necklace. You can picture like a rosary, traditionally made of 108 beads, and used along with your mantra. So every time you repeat your mantra, you're running one mala bead. And when I go back, when we go to meditate, I'll show you my mala. And so then we have mantra going in our brain. It's connected with our breath, and we use our mala. Now we have this added physical movement element added as well. So we've got 3 ways that we're really keeping our mind focused. The technique we'll learn tonight is called running the energy. This is the foundation of the introduction course. We will run the energy every week. It's a mental exercise designed to help you become aware of the life force and to learn to direct it and control the vital energetic aspect of yourself. This is learning to feel your subtle body, learning to feel the energy that sustains you. And then not only feel it, but have some control of it. You direct where it's going throughout the body. We move energy with the mind. It's basically imagination. If you're imagining it strong enough, it is happening. Breath gives it power. Breath gives power to everything we do, especially proper breathing. And we run the energy 3 times, and then we go into simple meditation. This screen will be useful probably when you go back to review. This lays out the movements of running the energy. There are 2 main movements. We always start at the top of the head. We imagine golden energy building up. And then we're using our mind, we're moving it through the body. I will be speaking us through the meditation practice. So this is here for later reference, and I'll be guiding us through it. When you've completed 3 repetitions, you always take your awareness back to the top of the head. That's our primary focus point to meditate. This is what I'd like everyone to write down. 12 weeks, 12 cards. These cards were written by Audley as a tool of self-awareness. It's going to sort of be like journaling. Develop self-awareness, increase self-knowing, and to work towards self-improvement. A daily journal with written thoughts for each card will be useful. Your journal will not be shared, it's privately yours. But if something doesn't make sense, or just something you'd like to share about it, what you learn about yourself or what you notice, when we gather next week, we can discuss the previous week's card. So week 1, I promised to watch the events of my environment, to see what ideas, objects, emotions, and desires attract and hold my attention. I will write down my reaction to what I find. It might be useful to use some cardstock or like flashcards that you can carry around with you in your pocket or your wallet, and look at it throughout the day to remind yourself. I promise to watch the events of my environment, to see what ideas, objects, emotions, and desires attract and hold my attention. I will write down my reaction to what I find. So this might be something you see on the news. This might be a billboard on your way to work. This might be gossip from your coworkers. This might be a paragraph of your favorite book. So you're bringing more mindful awareness to your environment, to what's happening around you. And writing down my reaction. What does that make me think? What does that make me feel? Useful. Final slide is contact info. Mindful Mountain 8 Gmail is the way to go. And I hope everybody's getting those emails smoothly. I found this little ceramic, well, it's not ceramic, it's some sort of resin, I guess, this little skull yoga skeleton. And I just love him. He's on my dresser. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share and you'll see my face again. Hello. This is my mala. This mala belonged to my mother. It's 108 beads. And at the end of a mala is what it's called the guru bead or the teacher bead. And it's one extra bead that closes the circle. So you run mala. I've got a small one here too as a bracelet. So every time I repeat my mantra, I'm holding it between my fingers and I just move it with my thumb. I am at ease. I am at ease. I am at ease. So I'm repeating it. It's with my breath and I'm using mala. You go all the way around, and when you get to the guru bead, you turn it around and you go back the other way. So that's the mala. Everybody get comfortable. I'm going to put everybody on mute. And we will practice running the energy. It's going to be about 15 minutes. A couple of deep breaths. And let your eyes drift closed. If they just don't want to be closed, soften your gaze and just sort of focus at the floor. Not anything in particular that's going to draw you into it, but just a soft gaze. Settle in. And we'll bring our awareness, our attention, and put it up at the top of your head. Just think about the top of your head, and that's where your awareness goes. Close your thumb and first finger together, palm down on your knees or thighs. So at the top of the head, we're thinking about building up energy, and you can make it golden colored. Golden or pink are nice for this exercise. So just imagine a ball of golden light. Maybe it shimmers, maybe it sparkles, maybe it pulses. Nice bright sunshine gold. Now, mentally, using your imagination, we're going to move this golden ball down into the forehead. And think about it being like inside your forehead. Now you're going to let this ball sort of burst and let it be a waterfall of golden energy flowing down your face. And over your chin and along your neck. And then across both of your shoulders and down each arm. Into your hands. And it's just going to sit there, staying in your hands. Our attention back to the top of the head. Again, a golden ball. Nice and bright. We always move the energy into our willpower chakra. This is the forehead, inside the forehead. This time, we're going to direct the energy back through the brain. Let it wash like water again, front to back, just bathing the brain in golden light. And at the back of the skull, we're going to send the energy down the spine. Just using your imagination. all the way down to the very tip of the coccyx. And then continue through the hips and the upper legs. And then think about joining or collecting that energy we left in our hands. And all of it is going to move down the lower legs and out the bottom of the feet. And just imagine it dissolving away. Your attention goes back to the top of the head. Imagine, ask for golden energy. The first movement, energy ball into the forehead. And then flowing over the face and neck. Across the shoulders and down the arms. Leave it in the hands and go back to the top of the head. More golden light, please. Second movement, again, energy into willpower inside the forehead. And this time back through the brain. And down the spine. Continuing through the hips, upper legs, collecting what we left in the hands so we can flow it all down and out the feet and let it go. Back to the top of the head. We'll repeat these one more time. Golden light. Down into the forehead. Feel it flow over your face and neck, shoulders and arms. It feels like warm honey. Leave it in your hands Once again, back to the top of the head. Last time, into the forehead. And then back through the brain. Down the spine. Just imagine it hitting every vertebrae and all those millions of nerve endings, nerve beginnings. Down to the coccyx, pushing through the hips, traveling down the legs. Collect the energy from the hands, and we let it all go, flushed out the feet. It's like an internal energetic shower. Dissolves away. Consciousness always returns to the top of the head. We have just practiced running the energy 3 times. Now we'll practice simple meditation for just a few minutes, centered in stillness. I'm at the top of the head. Every time I inhale, I think mentally, I am. When I exhale, I think at ease. Your hands can close together in your lap if you'd like. This is where our palms are down to build the energy. Your mind will wander. Thoughts will arise. We notice them and let them pass. Mantra with breath. I am at ease. To come out of meditation, our awareness moves from the top of the head down between the eyes. bridge of the nose. And you may feel like you're settling back into your body. You can feel grounded by stretching a little bit, rubbing your eyes, and slowly bring our awareness back to the group. Week 1 complete. Now there is a lot of information in those slides. They will be on YouTube, and I will send everyone that attended tonight a YouTube code. These classes require your active participation, so they will not be public. You will have to have a code to view them on YouTube. And then you can pause it and make notes, or, I don't know what you do, screenshot or whatever you need to do to have the slides if you need to review the info on them. Any questions initially? Again, email is certainly a way that questions can be addressed to at any time. I anticipate next week's class to have fewer slides and info, given at the front, and more time to practice meditating. If you have opportunity, please practice. 5 or 10 minutes a day is all you need to build the habit. I will get the YouTube video up tomorrow so that it's available for your review. And I'll send an email out. So this class immediately precedes open meditation class, where I do some mindfulness exercises that are fun. And then we practice a simple meditation, which is how we finished. It's just mantra and centered. So you're welcome to stay for that. It will require that we end this meet, and then you would rejoin the open meet. Both of those links were in the email. And so I'm going to sign off and see you in the next hour. Thank you, everyone.